What's good, guys? It's your boy Primal Rush here, back with an announcement video. We are part of a draft league in Pokemon. It's exciting. I'm excited. We are called the San Antonio Tyrantrums, and this is part of TBA Season 2. So I am super excited about this league. I've been thinking about getting into a draft league for a while and competitive battling and just trying to just maneuver my way into the league, and I appreciate the TBA picking me up. Uh, yeah, I'm super excited. Like I'm really super excited. I'm about to go over my team that I drafted. But first and foremost, smash the like button, comment, and also subscribe. And if you're excited for the draft league, let me know. Uh, we'll be having a draft analysis. Obviously, this is what this video is. Then we'll have Team Builder, which is me basically showcasing the team that I built for my opponent for that week. And then we'll have a third video for the actual battle itself. So I'm pretty excited. Um, it's gonna be a really fun time. Like honestly, it's gonna be a really fun time. I'm excited for it. I hope you are excited for it. Shout out to the TBA. Um, and I guess I just talk about how it went down. So basically, I got seventh pick overall in my division, and our division is of 8 teams. We have there's a green division and there's a yellow division. I'm in the yellow division, um, and I'm competing against 7 other coaches. So this season is gonna last 7 weeks with 3 playoff games, and uh, I'm in a minor. I'm in the minor league, quote unquote, because it's my first time. So uh, I'm in the yellow division, which uh, I got seventh pick, and I was pretty bummed. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty bummed not being able to get first pick and all. But it's a snake format draft, which I forgot about. And a snake format draft is that you go through the first 8 picks in the first round, and then the last person who picked in that previous round goes first the next round. So I got basically picks. I got pick 7 in the odd rounds, and I got pick 2 in the even rounds, which was really nice. And I just just going around there and just being able to pick what I want to pick. I wasn't really sniped a whole lot, which I got sniped on 1 pick, which I will talk about soon. But uh, I guess I showcased my team. So, first mon we got, I'm surprised it fell to number 7, which is insane to me, was Excadrill. Excadrill is super good at what it does, man. If Corviknight was not in this league, or Corviknight was not a Pokemon in general right now, Excadrill will be Ogres. Y'all might fuss with me, y'all might fight with me. This mon is just too strong. It's disgusting. Um, I mean, look at this. It has a 110 HP status, 135 attack, and an 88 speed, which isn't too terrible. Um, you can run different items. You can run different items on them, like heavy duty boost, choice band, leftovers, choice scarf, and just so many different items. Like you can run berries on it, obviously. You can run anything on any Pokemon, but like I'm just telling you what they usually run. Uh, and he's really good at what he does. You're gonna hear me say you're gonna hear me say that a lot, but it's true. What Excadrill does, he's a hard physical attacker that hits hard, has the ability to rapid spin, has a fantastic typing and ground steel, um, which is super effective against fairy, is super effective against electric, um, and just in general, it's a very good offensive slash defensive typing. Um, so he's just really good, man. And you can run Swords Dance on him, Iron Head, Poison Jab, Earthquake, Rapid Spin. Just an amazing move pool. Um, he might low key be the MVP of this year. Like I said, I was surprised it fell all the way to 7, but I'm glad I picked him up. Now the next round, I got the second pick, and I was like, man, like I'm going for a physical attacker off rip, super super hard hitter. I was like, I want somebody, good speed, has a very very offensive typing, um, and you know, it's just really good special attacker. And I was like, hold on, I get the second pick in the next round, so you know what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get Hydreigon, and Hydreigon is disgusting. His Dark Dragon type is super super good, because Dark Dragon is a very very offensive typing, and the way that Ghost types are running around now, in just Pokemon Sword and Shield, just overall in Generation 8, it's redonkulous. And plus, Hydreigon has a wide move pool with Nasty Plot. It can run Nasty Plot 3 attack, it can run Life Orb, it can run Choice Scarf, it can run Physical Attacker. I mean, just the move pool is insane. The stats are there. He's just a really good mon. I'm glad I got to pick him um, for that second round. And then we get to Snipe. Shout out to Crossfire. He was the pick right before me. I'm not gonna lie. I had my heart set on Arcanine. And I was about to get Arcanine. And he was like, Arcanine, I want it. I was like, dang it. But we got a crazy, crazy, crazy offensive mon that could be ridiculous in this league. Like, between these three mons, they might be kill leaders. They are all up for kill leader. I'm not gonna lie to you, because we picked up Toxtricity. Now, Toxtricity in this meta right now is ridiculous. I'm surprised it fell to the third round. But it's electric poison type, which is super super good offensive typing. Um, I mean, just look at my offensive typings right now: ground steel, dark dragon, electric poison, widespread. I think uh, covers a lot of what they may be super effective to. In a case. But just overall, I was like, man, I'm so glad I picked up Toxtricity now. Punk Rock basically boosts sound moves, so like Boom Burst, Overdrive, all those moves are boosted. You get Shift Gear, get Sludge Wave, gets the punches, I believe, can be run physical. Uh, just overall, it's just a very very disgusting mon. And at 114 special attack, it's nothing to laugh at. It's a pretty ridiculous number, and I feel like once we actually get into the league, I feel like he might sweep some teams, man. I just feel really good about this mon. I'm glad I picked him up. Now, my first three mons was very very offensive. They were super 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 offensive, and I was like, I need utility. My mons aren't the fastest. Um, you know, so I gotta pick up somebody fast, maybe somebody who does sticky web. And what do you know? What do you know? I'm sorry I just hit my mic there, but what do you know? Rabombi was sitting on the table, and I was like, let me get Rabombi. So Rabombi is a fast, uh, a fast bug fairy type, 124 base speed, 95 special attack. Gets the job done with sticky webs. Obviously, it's gonna do what it does, and then get out. It can U-turn. It can moonblast, bug buzz, do all that good stuff. And honestly, it's just a really really good mon. Like, it's versatile in what it does too. Like, it can set up sweep you. Uh, it can status you. It could be offensive whenever it wants to, but they can also be utility whenever it wants to. And I feel like that's really good, because I feel like my opponents won't be able to figure out like what I mean. They might be able to figure it out, because a lot of Rabombi sets are one trick ponies, in a sense, like Sticky Web, 3 attack. But I feel like I could get creative with Rabombi in this in this league, and I'm super excited to use it. I'm super excited to use it. Now my next mon, I was like, man, I don't have a wall yet. I do not have a wall at all. And Hippowdon was there, and I was like, you know what? Hippowdon plus Excadrill Sandrush sounds really good. So I picked up Hippowdon, physical wall, just great, just setting up rocks, earthquaking, whirlwinding, slacking off. Um, like literally, you could run that set and basically wall a lot of things. And its HP stat is amazing. Its defense stat is great. Um, and it's just a wall that is very good at eating up hits and then just shrugging them off like it's nothing. And it pairs really well with Excadrill. Um, it pairs really well with people who don't want to take those physical hits like Rabombi, like Excadrill, like Toxtricity. Hippowdon could come in and take those hits. So I feel like overall, Hippowdon was a really good pick for me. Uh, and I'm laughing right now because my next pick I actually picked up in free agency, but it's a recreation of a UU core that I ran back in Gen 7 a lot. Whenever I played Gen 7 a lot, and then early Sword and Shield, uh, I was running this core, and I originally had my Milotic. Uh, I didn't really use my Milotic a lot, and that was kind of like an impulse pick. And I was like, man, like no, let me get my Milotic. My Milotic sounds cool. I've seen what it does. I've used it maybe like once or twice. So I knew what it does. I knew what it did, but I wasn't very familiar with how to use it. And I saw Jellicent there, and I was like, let me pick up Jellicent. Let me pick up Jellicent and let me see what we could do here. So I picked up Jellicent, the recreation of my Yu core with Hippowdon and Jellicent. It's gonna be really fun, man. Jellicent now has access to Strength Sap, which basically drops your opponent's attack by one, and then restores your HP based off of their attack stat. So, for example, if you have a Pokemon with like a 400 attack stat, then you use Strength Sap on them. Their attack lowers by one, and you recover 400 HP. So it basically gets you up to full HP, which is ridiculous. And Jellicent also knows Will-O-Wisp, Scald, Hex, Shadow Ball, all types of stuff, man. It's insane. The move pool is great. Also gives me a water immunity and water absorb, which is really what I needed with the pickup of Hippowdon and Excadrill. Um, like I just feel like the Hippowdon Jellicent core is really good because they cover each other's weaknesses really well. Um, now, you know, uh, you might say like, oh, like what about knockoff? What about dark moves and like all this other stuff? It's like, uh, I could Will-O-Wisp that and then hit them with a strength sap, and then like they're not a problem anymore. So I feel like that's what Jellicent's going to be doing all season. Just eating up hits and dishing them out, and just doing what it was made to do in Wall. So those are my first six mons. Uh, well, first five that I picked, and then the free agent Jellicent. But I was liking my team so far in the draft, and I was like, man, I need a fire type because fire types were running low. Arcanine was gone. Um, Arcanine was gone. Uh, I forget the I forget the name of the starter. Cinderace. Cinderace was gone. So I wanted a mon who I was like with these you'll see a lot of familiarity. That I was familiar with was a really good fire type and can kind of stop those mons in their tracks. And I picked up Cinescorch. Cinescorch has the Flash Fire ability, which gives it a fire immunity, which is really good for my team. And also, it could set up. It can run especially defensive. It could even run physically defensive if it wants to. It has access to Will-O-Wisp. So it's pretty exciting with that. It has 100 base HP with 115 attack, decent special attack, and decent SPDEF. So it could be a really really good mon, and I'm really familiar with it. So I feel like with Center Scorch, I feel like it'd be really really creative with the sets. So I'm excited, man. I'm really really excited. And then we got the baby conch. Whenever I saw this in the draft, I made like my second or third pick, and then I was looking at the tiers and trying to figure out what I wanted, and I saw Girder, and I was like, I have to put that pick aside because I want Girder. I want Girder really really bad. Conkeldurr was already taken off, and I feel like a Hydreigon Conkeldurr was really really good. And I got the next big thing. I got Teenage Conkeldurr, which is Girder. Girder can run Eviolite, which boosts is defense by 1.5 and his special defense by 1.5. So he could become a semi wall in himself. Has access to Drain Punch, Mach Punch, uh, Poison Jab. It basically gets almost everything that Conkeldurr gets. So I just feel like Girder will be really really good this season. Also hosting a 105 attack, 85 HP. That's nothing to laugh at. That's really really good. And 85 defense. So and also having guts, which I don't really care about status at that point, which is I think really good for my team. And it has honestly three great abilities, which I absolutely love. Like it's really really good, really really awesome. Now, this mon I picked up in free agency as well. We had a grace period of 24 hours. Sorry I didn't explain this before, but we had a grace period of 24 hours after the draft that we could trade out mons and pick up new ones that we wanted, and it wouldn't be counted for our 5 transactions during the season. So I picked up Rose Raid and dropped Savali. I just felt like Savali was kind of like it was kind of a weird pick because in my mind I thought Savali still had defog. I thought uh, I thought having a baby Arceus would be cool and having access to all the typings, but it didn't really provide what I wanted and what I needed. And what I wanted and what I needed was a person who could set up spikes, toxic spikes, and was a good grass type. So I picked up Roserade. Roserade can set up spikes, toxic spikes. Has a great typing in grass, poison. It can absorb toxic spikes if need be. It could dish out super super high damage. I mean, you can look at his stats right here: 125 special attack. That's nothing to laugh at, man. That's the same special attack as Hydreigon. That's that's nothing to play with. And it also boasts 105 special defense and 90 speed. So I feel like this mon in particular is going to be really really good, in also being not only utility but can also be used as an offensive presence. And I feel like if I switch that up sometimes during the week, uh, they won't be able to fight it a lot. And I just feel like toxic spikes in draft league, from what I've seen from other coaches, from other leagues, from people who play, if you don't have a poison type on your team, toxic spikes are deadly because they just wear away at your team. It's constant damage. It puts things in range of attacks that usually wouldn't KO you, but KOs you now because you're so low. So I just feel like Roserade is good in that front, and I feel like it's going to be really good in this format. And last but not least, we have Gorageist. Uh, Gorageist, I picked up. I want another ghost type. It was a bulky physical wall that went well with what my core was, which was Hippowdon Jellicent. And having Gorageist there as like the triage of walls is pretty good. They cover each other's weaknesses really, really well, and I just feel like Gorageist is just a good mon in general. It can Will-O-Wisp, it can Leech Seed, it can Shadow Sneak, it can Shadow Ball, it can Shadow. I mean, shoot, I could look at the stats right here. It can Explosion. Uh, and then also running Frisk, it could also frisk your opponent. That sounded really, really bad. But it could frisk your opponent's Pokemon. That's better. And can find out what item they're using. So I feel like that would be a really, really good thing to use uh, whenever I can. And you can also run in different forms. Uh, you you don't only have Gourgeist Super, you have regular Gourgeist, Gourgeist Large, Gourgeist Small. So whenever you go in and you try to pick out which Gourgeist do you want Super that has the high HP and high attack, or do you want the smaller Gourgeist, which is a more speedier version, but not as high attack, but has the same amount of like defense? It just depends on what you want. It depends on what build you want, and I think that really gives me flexibility for what Gourgeist I can run a certain week. Uh, so yeah, that's my team. Um, like I said though, uh, we have free agency, 5 transactions up to week 4 in the season, and trades are unlimited. So trades just have to be in the constructs of the person that you're trading with. So this was all based on a point system too. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that, but this is all based on a point system. So I think center scores was like 9 points. So you would have to give something. So the trader would have to give something at equal value if I wanted to trade center scorch away. So that's basically how that is. And 5 free agent transactions during the season. If I see something in my team that I don't really like so much, then I can switch them out. And based off of those points that I have, I can pick up new mons, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, uh, that's my team. If you guys enjoyed, if you're super excited for what the league has to come and how we're gonna do this season, smash the like button down below. Comment who's your favorite team member. Uh, and honestly, if you're not into Pokemon, I get it. Uh, it's cool, but uh, I think it's really, I think it really much isn't Pokemon. I think it's strategy. Uh, and how you use them and how you battle your opponent. And I just feel like I could get really creative with these sets. I feel like they'll be really cool. So if I'm gonna drop the draft analysis probably this is Thursday. I'm gonna probably drop it tomorrow. Uh, so yeah. Uh, if you're not into Pokemon, I would like you to just try it out. You don't have to see it as Pokemon. You can see it as like strategy and kind of like how you play your opponent. Because this is my first time going through it too, so I would really appreciate it if y'all took the journey with me. But with that, guys, I'm done. Uh, so week 1 battle should be going on tomorrow or Saturday, and I will record that and post it on YouTube. So be ready for that. Hopefully, I'll have live comp too. All the battles are being done on Showdown, so yeah, I should have commentary on it because I want to talk through my moves and talk through my thought process. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Love y'all. Bye.